Hey YouTube, what's going on? This is Cheeseboy628 here today giving you an Ubers to your Pokemon Showdown. And right before I get into the battle, I'd just like to say there was an amazing subscriber of mine that gave me amazing tips on how to improve my future videos, so hopefully you will notice that in this video. So anyway, going into this analysis, this was a team made by my buddy Soda, and well, as you can see by the Kyogre, it is in fact a rain team. And before I knew about this, I go into the battle and I realize he gave me a modest Scarf Kyogre. So that'll definitely play into the game. The rest of the team, well, it's somewhat self-explanatory. Fortress for support, defensive Dialga, and then I've got a couple threats such as Palkia and my Zekrom, and then my wall being Lugia. And then now looking at his team, he's definitely got threats on threats on threats. So looking at that Kabutops, I know it's only RU, but with Swift Swim, that thing is pretty darn powerful. Arceus is always annoying, that'll be tough to take down. But yeah, it's pretty darn hyper offensive, so let's see how this battle goes. So we both start out with our Kyogres, and this is where I'm like, oh shoot, I have a modest Scarf Kyogre. And knowing that he's not going to overpredict, and I'm assuming he has Scarf, I'm going to come in with Zekrom so I can take the Thunder very easily. So now I'm going to go for the Volt Strike and hit anything, and it turns out that Palkia is going to take a Life Orb Volt Strike, and no chance of that surviving. So now Deoxys attack comes in, takes out my Zekrom, and that's not a big deal. And I know since I'll outspeed, I'm just going to come in with Kyogre, go for the Thunder, and do damage on anything, as I don't want to go for the Water Spout, as I know Thunder will hit everything. So I do come in with Fortress now, as basically Death Fodder is not going to serve much of a purpose, but you'll see those Toxic Spikes are actually very key for later. So now I know I can take any hit this Kyogre is going to give to me, so I'm going to stay in, and I'm going to go for the Draco Meteor, as that's really my only attack and move compared to Fire Blast, since this is a defensive set. Now, the Kabutops does come in, and I'm going to go for the Roar, thinking that he's going to go for the SD, so basically he wasted his Lumberry there. And so now the Tornadus comes in, and I don't really know what it's going to do. I've got to save my Dialga as it is -2, and I can definitely use it for later. So now he goes for the Focus Blast, and unfortunately gets the Spit F drop on my Palkia, which I'm not sure if it mattered, but the Hurricane does take out my Palkia. So now since Kyogre outspeeds with Scarf, I'm just going to go for the Thunder to hit anything, and it turns out he just wants to sack his Tornadus. So now Deoxys attack comes in, I've got to preserve my Kyogre for a little bit later, and now my Dialga's in here, takes 2 hits from this Deoxys attack, which is very nice. So now I can easily take out the Deoxys attack with the Draco Meteor. So now here's the situation, I'm at -2 and I cannot let Arceus set up on me. So I'm going to go for the Roar, but he goes for the Earthquake, so it's not even a big deal. So now I can come in with the Kyogre, and although he goes for the E-Speed, Kyogre is naturally bulky, and a Stab Rain Boosted Surf will definitely take out the Arceus. Now Kabutops comes in, and I thought I could get some more damage, but it turns out he's faster. I don't know if it's because I am not plus speed, but nonetheless Kabutops does outspeed me. So finally it's a war between my ultimate wall Lugia versus this Kabutops. And basically the goal here is to make sure my multi-scale is intact so I can take at least 1 hit. He does miss the Stone Edge there, which is rather unfortunate, as that probably could have sealed the deal, as that he probably would have won there. Lugia would have fainted. But here you'll see that I live with just enough HP that the Roost plus leftovers can keep me at a sufficient HP to have multi-scale. So he goes for the Stone Edge one more time, hoping for a crit, but unfortunately he does not get it. I can hit him with the Ice Beam, and plus toxic damage will kill him, as I will win with the 1-0 victory. So that was an amazing battle, Just Somebody. Alright guys, thank you for watching as always. So what I was saying before about noticing things that were improved in this video, there were a couple of things. Like number 1, you may see that the video quality is much improved. I didn't realize this because you guys aren't telling me, and I'd really appreciate if you guys would tell me issues with the video. But this guy noticed that my frame rate was really slow, and basically I found out that I was going at 5 frames per second. So I definitely improved that with 20 frames per second now, so hopefully the video is a bit easier to watch now and more enjoyable. And then there's also my analysis in the beginning. It was definitely not as long this time, and I like to keep it that way, as it'll probably make you guys be able to listen to the video a bit better. So finally, I am trying to also improve my clarity when I am speaking, as I can sound a bit more mumbly. So hopefully I can improve that as well, and you guys can tell me what you think. Please do. Thank you, guys. So yeah, thank you for watching as always. Like, comment, sub, and until later, peace.